Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. We're excited. We got a good guest here today. We're going to start right into the NHL. We're going to go pretty quick,
Yeah,
I
we're
would
gonna be
say.
fast.
Starting a little late. We've got things taken care of, but I'm excited. As you can see, Wild. I'm not a bandwagon, at least not yet. They're my third favorite team.
Right.
Right. They're at the top three, but we're going to be talking heavily on Minnesota right now for sure. But we're going to talk about the whole NHL, of course, and we're going to start with that with Brandon. Brandon's going to join us for the whole conversation. We're excited to have him. So everyone, let's get right into it. Yeah, I know we
give a hand.
My hand. Yeah, gosh. Everyone, Brandon, here we go, baby.
Well, good to see you, fellas.
Dude,
The internet gremlins are working well tonight and working overtime, so I hope you can hear me, and hopefully we can get through this without a hitch.
I hope. I really do.
I
Might have a little sketchiness, a little bit,
Yeah.
but I think we should be good.
As long as we can get through this part with you, I think we're good.
Yeah,
And the video doesn't get corrupted.
Exactly. So we'll go hop right into it. We're talk about the Western Conference, right? So right off the bat, again, the Anaheim Ducks are sneaking their way to taking this completely away from everybody else. So that they are at 44 points, with Vegas at 42 and Edmonton at 42. For me, the Ducks have been super over the top. I think we've been saying it every single week. They have just been unstoppable. So I don't know. Have you been watching them at all, Brandon? These Ducks are just skyrocketing,
quacking.
A little bit because I just can't help their DM, former Dallas Stars. I can't remember his name, but as far as that team, just a young up and coming team, and they play the game in a way that's kind of addicting. They just grind it out, and you're like, man. But when they grind it out, they still have kids with talent and speed and skill, and it's like, yeah, I can get on board with that. But I hate their orange jerseys. I will admit, but I'll leave that off. I think they're butt ugly, but who cares? It's just a jersey. Put the sweater on and play, and they make it look good.
Yeah, they are. I agree. I don't like those orange. It's just too much. It's too much. But from last year to their draft pick, it just wasn't clicking. And to see them pick up Kreider, I think that's a
ex-Rangers, Trouba and Kreider.
So, and I think that was a good pickup for them.
They got a good mix of young and a little bit of old, and like the old guys I feel like are pushing the young guys to play hard, and they know what it's like to play in the playoffs and all that. And some of the young kids probably want to scratch that. And like the way they drafted, like how many other young guys have they drafted in the system right now are showing what they can do in the league. It's impressive.
It is. But yeah, and then right behind them are both Vegas and the Oilers at 42 points. I will say I'm surprised to see the Oilers up there. I knew that was going to happen. I think we all knew, but with goaltending, they get rid of Skinner.
I don't know, Skinner for Jarry. At the time, it's basically the same.
Yeah, literally the same. Jarry was doing good. Gets hurt.
Yeah.
So now they have, was it Pickard and
the worst
Ingram?
Both of them have the worst, was it save percentage for both the AHL and NHL?
Yeah.
So it's not ideal, I'd say, for a team.
I don't know. But they're 2-3. Oh, did we lose them? No.
I'm still here. I see you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is this your thing for us?
Oh, not that.
I just get confused.
Yeah, but then the video, then it just left. Yeah. There.
I see you guys.
Hey.
Okay.
You're back.
I don't know what happened. But yeah, I like to see Vegas take control of that. They are at only 34 games compared to both Ducks and Edmonton at 37.
Yep.
I don't really want to talk about the Kings. They're in a wild card spot.
But you probably don't feel like they deserve right now.
So they went for a trade, right? They get rid of Phil.
Send him back.
Send him back. Good for Canadians. We'll get to that. But I would not. We draft very well. I'll say that. We draft very well. Well, we get a second round draft pick. Okay. But now we suck at center. He's such a good center. Everyone was looking for one.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it. But it is what it is. Power play sucks. I don't know. I don't.
Anze Kopitar looks old, man.
Yes.
Oh, you want to think, you have no idea. I've been watching Ovi for the last 2 years look like that, especially this year.
It's
sad to see, isn't it, though?
It is.
Watching a guy you've grown up watching kind of see Father Time take its toll.
Yeah.
But you have Corey Perry on the team, so you got a chance.
We're making the finals.
Man.
Yeah. It is what it is.
What if they treat him with take your soul?
What was that? You broke up a little bit.
Oh, I said if trade him at the deadline, would that just kill you?
Yeah, especially if it goes a little wild.
I'd take him.
Yeah, but he would be a good piece.
He'd be a definite piece that I think they would need.
But yeah, it sucks. Power play, like I said, not doing good. I don't care for the head coach. I think this might be his last year, which kind of sucks, knowing that Kopi's is done. I wish Kopi would have a better year. Again, we're in the wild card. We're almost halfway.
I think there was talks of Peter DeBoer. He's still out there, one of those top head coaches.
So,
Mr. Game 7.
Yeah, I don't know. But before we get to Central, let's talk a little bit about the wild card. We have Utah with the Sharks, the Blues, Seattle, Nashville coming up. Seattle's also coming up. And I know we talked about this last week where this wild card, the conference, is separating more. This Western is separating more than the Eastern.
A lot more separated than the East. Because for the West, there's a couple teams that are under 500 compared to where there's none over in the East.
Yeah. I'm surprised to see the Jets so low. Again, they're at 33 points and cutoffs at 39. But the Jets are in the Central, what do you think about seeing the Jets so far down? And are you concerned at all with Utah and the Blues getting hot and maybe looking at that number 3 spot?
Jets, as long as they have Hellebuck, it's one of those where you got to respect him. But they always play him into the ground, and so he gets tired by the playoffs anyway. So I guess I'm not worried. When you got Kyle Connor and Sheffley, those boys, they know how to play. But at this point, there's something missing. Honestly, they're what's their good defenseman, Morrissey or whatever?
Yeah,
I can never remember how to pronounce his name. And then Dylan DeMello. That's about all they have for defensemen. So they're pretty much praying that Hellebuck will bail them out every day, because I feel like they're fairly a decent deep team, but their defensive structure is very odd. They like to move west or east to west rather than north and south when they're a big team. They need to be moving this way.
Yeah.
And but their defensive structure is not good. So it kind of surprises me, but when you got Kyle Connor and Sheffley, you're pretty much saying score every goal every night, and Hellebuck save us on the back end.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rough recipe for high standing.
Yeah, and especially with Hellebuck being out, he was out for a few weeks or maybe like a month, and you saw how it was like with Eric Comrie back there. You know, you can tell the team's not as confident in him as obviously they are in Helly.
Yeah, and I think another big thing too is that they get Ethers in the free agency, and Jonathan Toews and everyone, you know, their Ethers took forever to get his first goal, and now it's just I haven't heard much of anything with this whole Jets team from being
they just have the first line.
Yeah, like being the best team from last year, pretty much, to absolutely nothing now. It's just kind of that's a big jump in my opinion. And I think they should be worried about it.
Yep. So. And they have Gustav Nyquist, who was on the Minnesota Wild. They can have Gustav all they want. Yeah. I don't want to see that guy ever again.
Maybe the next one shipped out for the Jets then. The scapegoat.
But I think we just got to jump into Central. That wild card spot in general, that wild card spot is going to just be up for grabs from even like with the Pacific, I think is all up for grabs, but this Central division, it's locked in for these three. It has to be locked in. It's just Colorado and Dallas. They've been hot ever since the start of the season. They've been cooking it up good. They're both pretty much 8-2 in their last 10, both on winning streaks. And then out of nowhere, everyone's thinking, okay, 3, it can be any one of them. I think a lot of people thought the Jets or the Blues probably the best chance. And then out come the Wild. The Wild come from 0 to hero and very quickly.
Well, quietly. I feel like there weren't even like before when they were kind of just still sitting in the middle of the pack. They weren't in that third spot. They were just kind of brushed off. And then even when they got into the third spot,
no one knew.
Nothing really. No one knew. Like no one was saying anything. How good they were, streaky and all that. And now, obviously, with the Hughes trade, they're the talk of the town. And the Wall, which is probably I think is the coolest nickname in the NHL. Like seriously, that's a super cool nickname. It's incredible to see what they do.
All day.
Yeah. All right.
Dude. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think it's solid 1-2 for sure with Colorado and Dallas. They're getting up there to fight that one spot, but so is Minnesota. And if you look, the next closest after that is 10 points down with Utah. So they've
got the biggest lead.
Yeah. And so with this big trade, Quinn comes over, gonna probably play a little bit with Brock, and more likely they're going to be playing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's up in the air. But to think about that everyone's going to have a break during the Olympics, majority of people. But now you got these two line mates that are going to play in the Olympics together. What? That doesn't make sense.
Go from nobody to, a couple people.
Yeah. So I think personally the Wild are in the best spot in the NHL after this trade. And I don't know. You tell me, being a Minnesota native, is this like everybody's talking about it? Because now Vikings are not,
just tell
Vikings
us what the season for you has gone about, like from the beginning to where you're at right now. Like how has it been as, for the Wild?
Wow. From October to watch the team that was on the ice, it was disgusting, and then to see what they did from November to now, it's actually one of those deals where seeing Wild hockey for as long as I have, this actually looks real. The way they play, and at first when I heard the trade, I was like, wow, that was steep. And the more I've chewed on it and the more I've seen I don't know if you guys noticed this, their entire offensive and defensive structure has changed since Quinn has been on the team. They're as far as their ability to break out, Quinn is like the magic fairy dust to solve that problem.
Yeah.
The guy's got mitts like you wouldn't believe, silky butter smooth. And actually, as good as Brock Faber is, one thing he's not great at is stretch passes. And so when our team right now, the Wild, is based off of speed and defensive structure in the neutral zone. Well, now you have Quinn Hughes, who can be a one-man wrecking crew on the back end and quarterback and keep the opposing defenseman peeled back. It opens up your neutral zone like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And then when you get, and if you guys have noticed this is what I've always had issues, even last year when I was on the channel. I always had issues with this team because they would not go to the dirty areas and play in front of the net. Everything now, as far as their offensive structure, rolls through an umbrella formation. Pretty much, for those that don't know the umbrella, you have two forwards high, or I'm sorry, one defenseman on the left or the right, one defenseman in the middle, one forward high. Everybody else crashes the net. So what that gives is huge chaos in front of the goaltender.
Mm-hmm.
Before, all they would do is dump it in the corner and try to play like ESPN or SportsCenter highlights of tic-tac-toe passing. When you have big bodies that can get in front of the net, you have Eck, you have Boldy, who's been playing like a man-child right at the moment, and you have Yakov Trenin. That our third line has actually, in my opinion, the last couple of games won the games for us, except the Colorado game. They've been one of the best lines, and I was really worried for a while there that we only had a two deep line. But now with all the injuries and people coming back, I am more excited to watch Wild games now than I ever have. And it's not just because of Quinn Hughes, it's because of how everybody is playing in their role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have in my opinion, the second best goalie tandem in the league.
Yep.
You have the best roll three line defenseman in the league.
Yep.
And you have high end talent, and you have a defensive structure from line 1 to line 4 that will play heavy and play hard. I still think they are one player away. I don't think this is over. I'm like, at first I was like, Bill Guerin, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. But then once he did it, and now I'm seeing it, I'm like, wow, this is actually. And when you have Brady, I don't know if you watch any Brady Tkachuk or any of those boys. Mm-hmm. He said the Wild right now, if there's one team I don't want to play, it's the Wild.
Yeah.
They are a wagon. And now, personally, I think just watching the Avs game, it brought very much clarity that we need one more.
Yeah.
I think a center might be out of the price range. Because right now, the Juracek trade is killing you because you lost that first-round pick. But you still have your first-rounder, Charlie Samuel, Hunter Haight, and Riley Height. Mm-hmm. And you still have, you could give up Trenton, but I don't think you wanted to do that. Or you could give up Danelia Yuroff, but I don't think they make the Quinn Hughes trade if they don't believe in Danelia. And he will be an ace in the hole, I believe, come playoffs, because the kid can win face-offs. He's heavy on the boards, and he just plays with speed. So I guess the one team in the NHL or in the Central I'm worried about as far as pairing up is Avs, because I think the advantage we have on them is we have a deeper defensive structure. We have better goaltending, but they have their lines just roll deep, and they don't let you breathe.
No, they don't step off the gas.
And they don't give up pucks. They just don't. They don't give you free chances, and when you give them a free chance or give them make a mistake, they pay. They make you pay. It sounds weird to say, but the worst part about the Avs lately has been their power play. Imagine if that thing gets rolling.
Or the shootout. Their shootout. They haven't won a shootout yet this year. They're 0 for 4, surprisingly enough, with McKinnon and McCarr. Granted, they're not really being sent out.
Right. That's the only way the Wild could beat them.
Yeah.
Get it to the shootout.
I 100% agree with you on the part of you need one more. Mm-hmm. I know I kind of said that last year too. You guys need some
Kaprizov needed help.
Yeah.
But this year he's got help.
He's got help, but you still need that one more.
Little depth.
And
who do you think that would be a good fit, maybe? Like, I know there was talks, like, and how, like, would you think, I don't know, they're rolling right now, so I'm not sure, but, like, there's a chance to get, like, a Stamkos to pluck from Nashville? Have they talked that? Because I know that they were looking to trade and give away a few players. Ryan O'Reilly was one, I know, like a month ago or so. So what if like a Stamkos? Would you feel like he'd be a good fit if possibility wise?
I love the name, but I would actually probably take Ryan O'Reilly over Stamkos if it was
The
me,
center position.
if I had to pick between the two. But a lot of people have brought up Sherwood coming to the Wild. I think I don't know if you have enough capital to pull that off. Alex Tuck would be one that
Reunite.
I would like to have him come back. There was speculation of Sid the Kid coming over, but I don't think that is ever happening. As much as I would love to see it, I think you need a big-bodied guy that with speed that can just give you some depth scoring. If somehow Bill Guerin can convince his friend Sid the Kid to give up his no trade clause, but I'm dreaming. It's Christmas. Can I just wait?
Oh no!
A gift.
There's a gift. Get out. I guess not.
You didn't get the gift.
No.
Oh no! What happened?
I think you got disconnected. That was funny, dude. Can I just wish? God's like, no.
Said absolutely not. You get nothing. You ask for too much. This is what you get.
Shoot, man. Oh man. Okay, we're hoping he can come get back on here. But while he was talking, he talked about Tuck and reuniting. What about Zucker? Getting Zook, but I it's a veteran. I don't think he's going to be the
too
the
small.
guy,
I think what they
but
are looking for.
I was like, Zook could have been too bad.
No, Zook would be good. I know he could keep. I wanted the Caps. I want the Caps to get Kiefer Sherwood. So no, we don't need him to go wild. But yeah, that's a Sherwood would be a good, I think, because he's last year I think he had a career high in goals, but he's also kind of like a Tom Wilson where he will lay the body and is not afraid. And that is a player for sure, like you were saying, that the Wild need. Somebody, he can give you depth scoring, but it's his physicality and he can have net presence.
Yeah.
Which is, like I said, again, it's huge. And I wonder, like, you get those playoff merchants, like the Corey Perrys, the Evander Kanes, Evander Kane over there. If you can snatch him away, like it'd be good for them. And I know there was rumors and through the Caps, we're going to Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was up, but with how the Sabres are playing right now, I'm in the new GM coming in, purging everybody. I'm wondering if they're gonna rescind back on that, like kind of saying like the players are available.
Yeah.
The same as how Vancouver right now, after making this move with the Hughes, they went on a 3-game win streak after. And Ongram scored right away too. I don't know if Rossi's netted one yet, but so I wonder if some teams are starting to maybe wait a little bit more, seeing how they see, because it's still close.
I think especially down in that Eastern Conference, but
like the East ain't gonna have no sellers.
Oh, what the heck?
What you saying?
Huh. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. That was like perfect timing too. Like that was the perfect
comedic effect.
Yeah.
I wonder if you should maybe stop the report, like save it.
There we go. We're good.
Okay.
We're golden.
You got your gift.
Yeah.
You got smited.
All right.
That was perfect.
You asked for too much. That's what it was.
I was like, well, he wished. God said, no, you're done. But
the Gremlins aren't asleep yet. But no, that's. I probably shouldn't have said the kid's name. And they didn't like that.
Yeah, they didn't. The hockey gods didn't like that one at all. But we were.
What's that?
We were talking. I don't know if I'm assuming you didn't hear us, but like Zucker, being that fourth line guy and maybe bringing up a fourth liner up, you think that would be a fit? We kind of said probably not, But just when you're talking about like a Tuck coming back, I was like, ooh, Zook could come back. You could get him pretty cheap compared to a Tuck.
Yeah.
But again, you guys are in that window of like, do you push everything in and go? I would, and I would go for a Tuck, I guess, more than a Zook. But
if you're doing what you did with Quinn Hughes, you can't jump in the water to neck deep. You have to do the full send, full plunge, and so I don't think that Quinn Hughes makes a lot of sense if you just stop now.
yeah,
And I don't think the Quinn Hughes move makes a lot of sense if you go for a fourth line guy.
yeah,
You have to get somebody that can play defensively. And personally, I think it has to be a center because like you have your Eriksson Ek, you have your Hartman who can play center, but and you have your Danelia Europe, but you are one center injury away from being in a world of hurt.
yeah,
And so that's why I think it has to be a center. That's why I think ROR would be a better fit. But he could slot in. He could probably slot in somewhere, maybe in that third line.
yeah.
But at the same point, you still need scoring. But you do have Quinn Hughes, so he kind of offsets that scoring for you.
Yeah.
My biggest worry, honestly, for the Wild right now is John Hines, because last year he got absolutely worked by Bruce Cassidy. I thought Bednar the other night against the Avs worked him over again. And the Wild had last change for home ice, so he had the opportunity to take advantage of that, and I didn't see a lot of tweaks. So my biggest question mark is John Hines at this point.
Yeah. And based off right now, playoffs started, you got to go through Dallas. How do you feel about that?
What's that?
Like,
Sorry.
you got to go through. Like, if the playoffs started now, Wild have to go through. It sucks how the playoff format is because it's just like this. Should be like a Western Conference final, but
Right.
do you feel comfortable going up Game 7s against the Dallas Stars? Even though we got Avalanche would be the next round, which is ain't much better. But how do you?
Yeah, I hate the playoff format. I think every NHL purist does. I think it's silly. It needs to be changed. I also think they need to change the overtime structure as well because it's just been a game of keep away. But anyways, I'm not going to get on that. I'll answer your question as far as playoffs. This move, to me, it doesn't matter. My expectation at this point is you get to the conference finals. And honestly, you have to go through Dallas and you have to go through the Avs no matter what to get there. So my confidence against Dallas is as high as it's ever been. Like that team, people can say I'm superstitious or whatever, but for knocking on wood or will not worry me. I love the way we match up. I think Jonas Brodin is one of the best defensemen in the league. Gets so underrated, and then you have Eriksson Ek, who is the ultimate equalizer on top lines of just shutting people down. So when you have, they have Rantanen and all those boys, but when they played the Wild the other night, it was the first time I saw Dallas quit against us. And when you have Philip Gustafson, when you have Jesper Wallstedt, the Wall of St. Paul, yes, bring it home. You have those two goals that you can roll through. That's a pretty tough team to beat. So for me, I give the edge in even when you try line matchups. I give the edge to the Wild. Really, what it's going to come down to, I do think the Western Conference goes through the Avs or the Wild. Those are the two teams.
Yeah, I think no matter what, I think those three teams, they're going to the finals. Yeah. One of those three.
So we could be confident this year in saying the Wild will make it past first round. Because we've had years, Minnesota sports as a whole, we get, because I'm, sadly enough, I am a Twins fan. And so, so I know I'm Minnesota sports, and come playoffs, a lot of choking. So you be confident enough that this will not happen this year?
Well, for all Wild fans and for all NHL fans, this is by far the best Wild team you will ever see lace up skates in their history.
Yeah.
As far as top to bottom talent, they're as far the best defensive player you've ever seen on the ice, Quinn Hughes. The best offensive player you've ever seen on the ice, over Gabrick, over any other. Now, don't get me wrong. The Wild doesn't have a huge, long-standing history other than losing in the first round of the playoffs and being mediocre for 20 plus years. Besides the West Walls, Andrew Brunette days of old with Brian Rolston and all those boys making it to the conference finals against Anaheim and then ultimately losing because John Sebastian Marshmallow Powder Puff took up the whole goal with 3 times oversized pads. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch highlights.
I'll have to watch.
The guy was like, the guy looked like he got out of a beer truck and stuffed a bunch of Michelin pillows in his belly and just said, "Here we go. I can clog the whole net. You guys can't score on me." But anyways, no disrespect to a man who played the NHL, but it was sad. Anywho, really, this is the best Wild team I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And I have, since their inception, this team actually, you want to know what this team reminds me of? If you harken back to like 98, 97, 98, the old Minnesota Wild, when they went down to Dallas, the first cup run with Mike Modano, Darian Hatcher, Sergei Zubov, Daryl Sador, Joe Nieuwendyk, all that whole team, you could almost piece by piece look at that team and line it up to this, which actually doesn't surprise me. You know why? You know who was on that team the very next year? Bill Guerin.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
really?
Yeah, wow.
Jeez.
He was the third line wing with Jerry Lettinen, and it's scary how much this team matches up defensively, even in goal. Back then they had Eddie Belfour. So I'm not saying Gustafsson and Wallstedt is Ed Belfour, but what I do see, I think now this could be a hot take. Jesper Wallstedt is going to be an absolute star of a goalie.
He already is.
He the way he plays, he reminds me of if Shesterkin and Ottinger had a man-child, that's what it reminds me of. So there's kind of a weird picture for you, but I digress.
And he's not is he Swedish or is he not American born?
Right?
Sure.
Yeah, I believe he's from Sweden.
And
Hey.
Sorry,
so the Swedes for the Olympics for the next couple Olympics should be set in goaltending with Gustafsson and Wallstedt.
Yep. Sure. Oh, sorry. My battery's dying. Give me 2 seconds, boys.
Oh, you're good.
That's okay. Well, while you do that, we'll hop over and get into the Eastern Conference, get this set up because I want to get out of here in about 10 minutes to get to that alumni game yourself. But this we talk about how close that Central is. Take that and there you go. It's the whole thing.
All of it.
Like we can say, man, Toronto, dude, man, they're down to 9th in the wild card spot.
They were last just before the game started.
Yeah, it's like, man, dude, like they're not doing so hot. Well, then you look at the wild card spot and it's at 41. It's like, okay, so they stole
4 points.
4 points. Like, it's surprisingly like weird how every single one of these teams in the
it's 500
East
or above
and they literally, like, the worst team, Columbus, is 500, and it's just mind blowing that how close this is because I know we talked about at the trade deadline, or I'm sorry, free agency, there wasn't movement. There wasn't, like, these teams are almost exactly the same. You know, there's like some big names, that moved, but like majority of these Eastern teams are all the same. Yeah. And to me, that's just crazy. Like to think like, oh yeah, New York has a chance right now. Boston, I would at least I would like to see a separation. I thought we'd have one.
Usually
now,
there is
but
by
there's
Christmas.
not.
At Christmas, you can usually say kind of there's at least 2 or 3 teams that are like, all right. Like last year, remember I said November, Nashville's out.
Yeah,
they were out.
Yeah,
it was clear cut.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. It's just you can talk about any one of these teams, and they all like the only separation I see is Carolina. Carolina's in the Metro right now at 47 and Philly at 43. Like that's like the biggest separation out of any of this. That's it. Like other than that,
because in the Atlantic, they're just hopping. Everybody's going back and forth.
I know last week,
Tampa was up there.
Tampa and Montreal were all below the wild card spot. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
and don't worry, Detroit just had to play Washington and sweep them, so that's why they got up there. So, nice.
So I don't know, Brandon, are you looking at any of that and be like, okay, because we don't like you can't be like in the wild, like in the Central, like those two are definitely gonna make it. Here, you can't say any of these teams are gonna be there. Like it's crazy to think that one of these teams are gonna be at the finals, which I would still have to assume it's gonna be Florida. Like they're gonna be the most depth, but like, is there anyone that you see in the Eastern Conference that's like, don't be surprised to see them take a huge jump?
I actually, the way Ottawa's playing, I'm not a huge Ottawa fan, but as far as their goal differential and the way they get after it with their young forward, they have a good center group. That would be one. Toronto is just gonna be the Maple Leafs and let everybody down
that is true.
In Canada, so they can do all that. But you got your Florida. They're not going anywhere in my opinion. But the Capitals are deep. Philadelphia was a little higher than I was kind of anticipating. Carolina is an absolute unit. Pittsburgh's getting old. I don't see it with Pittsburgh. I don't see it with the Rangers. Honestly, the Rangers to me are they're in a world hurt for a while.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem like there's no light at the end of the tunnel at all.
Music to my ears.
Boston, actually, I thought Boston was a little bit of a surprise of how high and how good they've been playing. But if I'm gonna pick a team that actually could probably, in my opinion, contend with Carolina in the end. I know you're a Caps fan. I don't think this is a year, but a surprising team for me that I could see is maybe Tampa Bay or Montreal.
I'd like to see
Montreal.
Yeah.
I don't know why Montreal kind of has my attention, has my eyes. Don't get me wrong, I'm not watching all their games, but when I do watch them, it's one of those where it's like, that looks right. And and maybe it's sorry, go ahead.
It's like watching a more matured Sharks team with all the talent and everything.
Did you see Cole Caulfield's overtime goal the other night?
Yeah, it was beautiful. And he's done that multiple times this year.
I was like, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
So when you got Suzuki, you got Hudson, Hudson's underrated defenseman that people don't talk about.
It's his size. Gets him.
Yep. It's one of those where it's like you got Ivan Demidov, who I wanted in the draft so bad. So that one kind of hurts my heart. So I'm glad to see he's doing well. But that team, if Montreal could make a run, I'd tip my hat to them.
They're probably the only other team in the East that I'll cheer for.
Yeah,
because they're the Bell Center is, I think, by far probably the best arena to play at. And when it comes to ceremonies before games, during games, after, whatever it is, their fans and the way that they put on the show and everything is no other place can do it better. And the respect that they show to opposing teams or players when giving awards like that or whatever, you can't compare, especially to the fans. They just love hockey, just bleed hockey. It's awesome.
I will say, you brought up Ottawa, and I'm with you. I said it at the beginning of the year, this would be a team to watch out for. They're young, they got good goaltending, and they know how to play. They do. And I hope I'm right. When Brady goes to the Olympics and he comes back, I think it's going to be such a boost for him, and then this for the whole team, just because what happened at Four Nations. And this is bigger than Four Nations, right? So I want to say Ottawa after this Olympics and the break, Brady comes back, hopefully healthy, and nothing goes wrong. If he wins gold, awesome. He's gonna be like, I want that feeling again, but with this team. If he doesn't get gold, they get silver, bronze. They don't even know. He's like, I'm torqued off, and we're gonna win the Stanley Cup. So I think either way, this is gonna work out for Brady and the Ottawa. If I have to pick a team that's gonna make the playoffs, like for sure, it would be the Ottawa. With Florida too, but Ottawa, I'd be like, they're making it, and I think they're gonna be dangerous when it comes into the.
Hopefully they don't play like last year.
Yeah,
also, it's not like last year. They cracked it and they got a sniff of it last year. But I think they want to stay a little bit longer, this year.
Just wait till the Olympics.
Listen, Brady's gonna run forehead first.
Right
through there.
So, is there any hope that the Wild could trade for Dylan Cousins? Any hope?
I don't know what you're gonna give up. You only got the one first round pick. You have to give up some depth players, and I don't know who you'd want to give up. You want to give up Urov?
That'd be crazy.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
Hey, we got a young defenseman that we gave up a first rounder for.
It's true.
But
it's for
like
Quinn.
Dog water. No.
Oh, who?
Oh man, now I'm drawing a blank. They traded. He was a Columbus Blue Jacket.
Oh, Juracek?
David Juracek. Yeah.
Yeah, Juracek. Yeah,
that's how good he's been playing. Well, they've been sending him up and down. He played the other night because Zach Bogosian was hurt.
Oh, okay.
But I was hoping they were going to showcase him to maybe facilitate a trade and get rid of him as well.
He was supposed to be their next Zeev. How they're supposed to, I think, what Byam was being. That's what they were hoping he'd play like.
But if you guys could pick your cup finalist right now, who you picking?
Right now, as it is, again, if Wild can pick one more guy up, I would say the Wild. But right now, it's got to go Colorado.
Yeah, I think Colorado, and I hate to say it, it's Carolina.
No.
I
can't
think
do Carolina.
It's their year for the finals.
Carolina's always hot.
I know.
Always hot.
I know.
They play too hard during the regular season, and they gas for the playoffs. I don't give it to Carolina.
That's fine.
I would love to see Florida. I think those two head-to-head.
I don't.
I would love to see it.
If I have to watch Marchand lift another cup, I don't know if I can watch it.
I love it. I don't care. Mine's Florida and Colorado. I think that's the only Colorado. If you pick any team on the East, they're gonna beat them.
No.
I think Florida's the only best Game 7s that you could get is Colorado and Florida out of this.
I'm not talking best. I'm saying that who's gonna make it, and I'm pretty sure Carolina would be the one from the East that is gonna. I think it's gonna be their year.
So you got Colorado and Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brandon, you probably got Wild and who else?
Tampa.
Well, until they make a trade, I think I still got to give it to Colorado at this point. But from the East, I hate this, but Tampa Bay could make a push for it. I think their schedule makes them look a little bit better than they are. But if I want to see true playoff hockey, I gotta agree with you, Cody, with Florida and Colorado. Now I do think Colorado will beat them in 4. but there would be a lot of gloves dropped. Let's just put it that way, which would be so entertaining.
That's why we need a Tampa and Florida Eastern Conference final.
That'd be sick.
Yeah,
the Battle of Florida, and you were seeing how the bloodshed was in the preseason. I can't imagine the playoffs.
Right.
Be another like Philadelphia game back in the day.
Right.
Rowdy.
That's true. I think that's a perfect way to end it. And I can find my hockey gear and get.
And he's got to score his own hat trick tonight.
Yeah.
You got to show a little bit of Kaprizov in him.
Hey, 2 years in a row I've scored a goal, so I gotta show out.
That's right.
So hopefully I just don't pull my groin. But yeah. Anyways, Brandon, again, thank you for coming on. We enjoy having you. We enjoy your knowledge of the Wild for sure, and
in general.
I love you. You can go for a while. I know we talk in person, and we can talk about hockey and forever.
See, that's so nice. I'm lucky that I have a coworker that's a huge Flyers fan and watched him since he was a kid. So like that's who I get to talk to at work. I learn all about the Flyers, which is really cool. Because I get to hear a lot about Lindros, who is an animal. I'm learning. So it's just awesome. It's cool when you have somebody who's
in depth with it.
Somebody, super in depth and knows the past of it all. Like that, because it's cool to learn about. Because like half the stuff that my coworkers tell me about, I wasn't even born yet, or I was just born, so I don't know anything. So it's cool to see.
So. I do have a question for you guys. Are you coming to World Juniors next week?
Probably not.
What is it?
World Juniors. Going to it next year.
Oh,
because in St. Paul.
No, next week. It's
next
St.
week.
Paul next week.
Oh, that is. Yeah, I'm thinking of Carter. Sorry, we have Carter Sanderson that's on here from Pure, South Dakota, and he just did the World Juniors A.
Yeah, this is
the
college kids.
Yeah, this is the World Juniors.
James Hagan, James Hagan, Cole Hudson. I'm very excited to see Cole Hudson. He's a prospect for the Caps. The other Hudson brother.
Yeah,
I think they should win gold again. I'm gonna watch it. If I won't be there.
Yeah,
good.
So
I'm gonna try to go to the December 31st game. I believe Wild play or the U.S. play Finland, so that's one. I'm gonna head down.
Send me pictures.
Is that the pool play or is that like the pre?
That's pool play right before finals. That's the last day before quarterfinals.
Oh, nice. That'd be fun.
That's gonna be so awesome.
Sweet.
The finals tickets are a little pricey, so I'm gonna avoid that. I'll watch it at home.
They like the Olympic tickets?
No, well they were. The packages just for the whole package was like $2,300, but now I think they were a little shocked that not a lot of people were buying those up. We'll figure. But now you can get tickets for like $35, which at least the last time I looked, they might be a little pricier now, but I would say, heck yeah, this isn't probably going to happen again in my lifetime, maybe in Minnesota. So I figured I better jump on it.
Damn,
but the finals tickets,
see if actually there's some more tickets available, because I totally want to go ahead and watch that.
Yeah. Well, you got our attention now.
I'm gonna go see some. That'd be awesome to see. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Person.
All right, I'll sign us off here. So, everyone, thank you for watching this episode. We will be back right after. Well, we'll be back New Year, 2026, actually.
Yes,
so, Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay safe. And we will. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and we will see you guys at the New Year.
Go Wild.
Go Wild.